started slipping away. The wheels came off. Mistakes were made.
I think that's just lack of experience. That is being a young team. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen this happen on any team. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. They're going to bounce back. They're young. They're inexperienced. Lessons were definitely learned.
But who needs to? Because I think there's a combination of who needs to learn here.
They all do. It wasn't a lot is falling on Wemby, and he can take that.
Well,
but it's not.
Fox took,
I was going to say, let's talk about Fox.
Darian Fox, Kate's love that.
And why was he not pulled? I'm like, put him on the bench. Like, keep anybody else in.
But I'm going to tell you the other person that's going to catch a lot of flack, and he probably needs to do. And unfortunately, the only thing that you can do better next year is win. Is Mitch Johnson. Because the other thing that's young is him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so
he made a lot of mistakes too.
He's going to have to figure out, how do I handle this situation? Because I've said it all along in the world of coaching. And I would even say it in what Josh is coaching now, and you're seeing it in Little League. When you go from coach to head coach to manager, it's different. Decisions become harder. Decisions become yours, and you've got to make the adjustments. Now, do you need to surround yourself with great coaches? That's the other thing we're hearing. Mitch Johnson needs to have a staff of former head coaches with finals experience, with championship experience, because we saw Thibodeau took the New York Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, gets fired. Mike Brown comes in. Now, granted, Jalen Brunson was playing out of his mind.
God, he's so good.
And silent but deadly and all the things. But Thibodeau loses his job. Mike Brown comes in and they eventually win it. So I think it's going to be another 5 or 6 years. And Tyler Cagle Law Firm of Projection. It'll be 5+ years, over, under, not trying to bet on anything. 5 years over before the Spurs win a championship.
I'll object to that. I think it's less than 5. I think the Spurs franchise will figure it out, whether that's firing Mitch and figuring something out. I think that they realize the talent they have. It won't take 5 years. They are a very talented team. They will bounce back.
Well, and the thing about being talented, sometimes the most talented does not win. If you can't create the chemistry.
The franchise will, though. The Spurs franchise will.
Well,
I've got one objection.
I would say the odds would be in their favor to win within the next 5 years with the talent that they have. Because that is the caveat being that Wemby has to learn from what just happened. And if he is capable, and I don't know him, I don't know what his whole psyche is and everything else, but if he is capable to take that and learn from it, he is an insane talent.
I agree. And you look back now, history favors your objection.
Thank you.
Because for the longest time, the Pistons could not get past the Lakers, and then they did. The Bulls could not get past the Pistons, and they did. But my question will be, will Wemby and Castle be the next, eventually, Isaiah Thomas and Dennis Rodman, you fill it in? Or will they be the next John Stockton and Karl Malone? And get there, bridesmaid, but never the bride.
Well, but that's a perfect example of, you mentioned those two guys, and back in the run of the Bulls and all of that, the Jazz were always really good, and two legit superstar, first ballot Hall of Famer, players on the court, and never could make it all the way. So it's there's luck. That's a lot of that. There's just
And how will Big Fella continue to stay healthy?
Well,
that's going to be
a concern with just
stature.
Yes, you don't see people of his size and his athletic ability ever. I mean, it's never happened before.
True.
You know, so how does that play out? You know, that seems like an injury waiting to happen.
Something that we have not talked about that we need to is Dylan Harper. 20 years old, completely just has been playing amazing ball again. He should have been out there and Fox on the bench. And so that's somebody else that nobody's really talking a lot about. He is going to, only 20 years old. And that game 5, he really showed up and showed out.
Will they be able to figure it out? They've got time. And how long does that wound hurt? Does the wound hurt to motivate you to get better?
It should.
To get thicker? Or do you just stay stagnant? Well, one of the things that stayed stagnant that I thought would not, that continues to escalate and move, is Brendan Sorsby. When we come back, a combination, Sorsby, Hodgeback. Actually, we'll do our Big Country Electric match in a second. With more Hodgeback, sports life, and everything in between. Right after this. All right, we got to figure out how to get you guys to speak. All right, so Barrett, actually, we'll do this. I have the power and you made it.
Yeah, because they need to.
All right, we're going to do
In the headset.
They're going to have to share it and not break it.
No.
Oh,
I'll do it.
No, Luke, y'all are going to get on. Y'all are going to get on because we need y'all to talk. They really don't need the headset.
No, they can do
You
it.
don't need the headset.
Leave it off.
All right. No. Leland, right? I did not know you were coming, but I'm going to give you a free haircut anyway. Okay? You're not just going to have a cup with candy in it.
He can have one of the boys. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, just give me one of theirs. Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, sir. All right, here's the thing. This is what we're going to do.
I'm not.
You are going to speak. Jump down. Jump down.
If he doesn't want to speak, put Leland there.
I've already did once.
Oh, I did.
Are they going to share this mic or?
They can't. I need you to be able to talk about the season
Okay.
because we're going to talk about the Cubs Hodgeback.
Yeah. Y'all come over.
What's your name?
Justina.
Justina, here's this for him.
Thank you.
Hey, no, just give it, so seriously, give them one of their cups.
I am, but I'm giving her the haircut.
All three of y'all are going to share this mic. So when it's your turn to talk. You
So
step
what
to
we'll
it.
do is we'll let Barrett, when we take the picture, Misty, we'll let the twins hold one, and then we'll let Leland hold the other. That because I don't have a third. I don't have a third bill of candy.
No, I don't. No first play.
You don't have to talk first. Y'all stick together. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen.
Air dry on your legs now?
Yeah, it's cold. I was thinking about
You got to get up to the microphone when it's your turn to talk. Hodge is going to ask you a question. Probably you just need to say your name and what position you play. All right? So-
Hey, do you
so-
remember, Barrett? Because sometimes you randomly say random things. Second, shortstop. I was just like.
Looks like I got
this.
Looks like I will run this whole interview. Okay, I don't. Yeah, he's like I've got this, guys.
All right. So y'all got that?
Yeah.
All right. And then just after that, we'll talk.
There's 2 in each cup. Maybe you can do
So-
Leland one.
Y'all need to get where, when you talk, you got to get out of the way and let Leland in and Barrett, y'all just got to.
All 3 of these were all-stars. Because Leland was on the all-star team.
I'll try to help if I'm need to push
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah, we will run the show.
I know that's what I said. They won't get a word in. So good luck.
Wait, do you have to go really close to it?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to talk into the microphone.
Like this,
Like that.
but you're not supposed to play your mouth.
Don't put your mouth.
Yeah, don't kiss it. Just.
We're gonna end this. Sorry, guys.
Why don't we use it on our dad? Why don't we use it on
Yeah,
the
well, I couldn't get the sound to work on it.
I don't know why. Screw it.
really played very well. We had four of the guys on our team. These three plus one other made the All-Star team, and we got to go represent Jim Ned in the district tournament, and it was a really good season, really fun.
All right, so you're going to say your name and then what position you play, okay? Well, you're going to go in order. You go first.
My name is Luke and I play pitcher. My name is Lynn and I play shortstop. My name is Drew and I play second base.
All right, there you go. So you play, we got a pitcher, second base, and what was Leland?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. All right. So Luke, what's it like playing for your dad?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. That's good. I guess it's better than having something negative to say. So Luke, you play pitcher. How many pitches do you throw?
Well, there's a machine, so I'm supposed to stand by the machine. So the balls go into the machine, and I get the ground balls and throw them.
How many strikeouts did your machine throw this year? I'm just kidding. You didn't throw any. Did you throw as many as Nolan Ryan? But you get a lot of action. Do you feel like you're more of another infielder playing pitcher?
Yeah.
You get a lot of balls hit to you.
Yes.
So what about at shortstop, Leland? You play shortstop. It's a long throw. Does that bother you making that long throw to first?
No, not really. But usually when I get the ground balls, Luke dives for them, so I don't really
Okay, good teammate. So basically, Luke is a spider monkey. He goes everywhere. That's good to know. All right, so Josh, talk about coaching. Let me see, Barrett, can you answer the question? At second base, now you had some pretty big plays in the All-Star game that I made. So you play second. What's your favorite part about playing second?
You get to do cut off and throw down.
All right, you get to do the cutoff and throw it at home plate. Can you answer the question that Luke couldn't? What's it like playing for your dad? It feels good. What's it like coaching your boys?
Oh man, it's fun. We have a good time. We play a lot of baseball every day pretty much. We get out and play, and they put in work to get better, and it shows because they know what they're doing.
And I'll say this: one of the things that I noticed, again, went to a few of the games and got to hear one of the things that Luke and Barrett do a good job, and I'm sure Leland does too. That I noticed is every time the next batter came up, they were talking about where the ball needed to go, and I think that's huge because that way you stay in it and you know, because the last thing you want is to not know what to do.
No, and that is key, and they do, and that's something that we've worked on, and I used to try to prompt them to do so, and now I don't have to. It's just like one away plays it first, and we just roll with it.
And so you won the championship, you won the league championship. How in the tournament was a struggle?
Now the All-Star tournament, it was.
I don't mean to bring up any windy news.
Yeah.
Windy type news.
Extra inning loss where we gave up 4 runs with 2 outs and lost by 1 run and a walk-off. So it was a rough ending. Really fell apart. It was very, very Spurs-like. When it was time to get it together, we just decided we didn't want to. So
again, young team, they're gonna bounce back.
Well, they hope, but Josh is not a young coach. No offense, Josh, but you're not. All right, so Barrett, let me ask you this question: do you have a favorite baseball team?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Rangers.
Good answer. Do you have a favorite player?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh.
All right, so Luke's got a different answer based on that.
He's actually wrong.
Okay, who's your favorite team?
The Rangers.
Favorite player?
White Langford.
Wyatt Langford. There you go. All right, what about you, Leland?
Rangers, and I just like Jake Berger because of his last name.
Oh, you like Jake Berger for his last name? Do you think that? Hey, all right. So come here, Leland. I like that. If you were Jake Berger, what company, because your last name is Berger, would you want to be sponsored by? Burger King. Okay, there you go. All right. Well, hey, so guys, I appreciate you guys coming in. Good job. Is there anything else that you want to say, Luke? All right. You sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, that was quite the surprise, them showing up.
Yeah, we tried to do it. We tried to figure it out with Leanne and to make it work out. And then Josh didn't know that every one of his kids and wife were going to be here today. And so, good job. Misty, what's your thoughts on these guys that, ironically, they're pretty energetic for 7 o'clock in the morning?
They are. Well, actually, of course, don't come over and hit me, but obviously my kids, were Wiley. And so I was actually at the game when they played Wiley, and can't remember who they were playing, like Northern maybe, when we went to Tuscola the game right before, and I was like, ooh. I was talking to Kyle and Morgan, Jack King's parents, that they were about to play, and I thought, these boys are good. Like this could be a dogfight. And so it's been fun following along their journey, but they're a very talented team, and yeah, I have no doubt we will be seeing them and talking about them for years to come.
Okay, we're going to have time. I want to throw this out. I have said Little League heartbreak is the biggest heartbreak in sports. Objection, Tyler Cagle, law firm objection. Because, first of all, parents, control yourselves, number one.
Yeah, it is the pair.
Number two, it is the end of the world as we know it, because it's so heartbreaking. And I said, when B&M pros, they get plenty of money. College kids, they've got experiences that will last them a lifetime. High school kids, very few get to experience greatness. But when you see the heartbreaking of Little League kids, Little League parents, I think it's the biggest heartbreak in sports.
Right. Yeah, you never want your season to end in a loss. That's the thing. And when it does, it's like Adam Sandler. You got 364 days till next
Well,
year.
and even like last night, the Shaw brothers, one plays for Georgia, or 2 nights ago, one plays for Georgia, one plays for Oklahoma, and playing against each other. And Kyle was going on to the championship. The other Shaw, I apologize for not having his name, not. But even just sports in general, that can be heartbreaking. You've got 21, 22-year-old kids. If they got the COVID year, they're 27, playing their last game as a
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like senior year, you lose in the championship, you're never going to play again. I don't know. Yeah, Little League is a heartbreaker because they're so young and they just are not emotionally mature enough to deal with that yet. But there's something about a senior year. I mean, I was a student athlete. We all were. There's something about playing that final game and kind of an end of an era. So I think I would object to your comment and say, for me, it's a senior year.
I agree with that. The last football game, like everybody's crying. Not me, because that's not something.
He has no emotions.
But
yeah, we thought we might get some tears when they showed up today.
No. He's like, oh, what are y'all doing?
We couldn't even manufacture some tears.
But so I'm going to agree with Misty, but it is that I will say this, and not for my boys, or these guys here, they keep it together. But when we did lose that walk-off game, there was quite a bit of tears, not.
Well, and I think it's natural to an extent, but it's just so hard because sports is difficult, and it teaches you a ton. But I think the other thing and I've said all along, I think one of the hardest things to do in officiating is the younger the level, the harder it is to officiate. And the reason I say this is because for a lot, especially like right now, especially the group that when the kids are pitching, it's the first real competition where nothing against machine pitch, but it's all on the kid. It's not how do I drop it in as a coach. Yeah. It's the kids pitching. It's competition. You start seeing you got the Wiley versus Legacy. You got the Wiley versus Jim Ned. I mean, broken bat singles, all the things that are happening. You have it for the first time. And so there's some intense when you go to those games. Like last night, of course, you got delayed by lightning. But there's so much intensity that goes on that I think it's harder because it's the first time your baby boy, your baby girl's playing at that intense of a level.
For a parent, I think it is hard. I think back to when watching Wiley and Jeanette play, the first 3 innings, it was like one, every time, and Wiley was down, and then Wiley had I think they scored maybe 5 in 1 inning and came back and won. But sorry about that, guys. But it was just hard to watch. I'm like, I didn't have any kids out here, but I was like feeling I was anxious watching like what is about to happen because it was just such a defensive battle back and forth, and then it blew open. But I don't know. As a parent, yes, it is. It does something to you when they're little, and watching that heartbreak is really, really difficult too. But it's all how you bounce back.
Yeah, and it is, and with Collins and Molly are in the same grade, so this last year we got to watch them play, school sports for the first time.
I would think that also is another level of
It's
upgrade.
fun, yeah.
Every year, every advancement in that age group, it is just like a little bit more, and there's more pressure on the students, there's as they get, move on up from junior high to high school and all of that, so but sports is fun. I mean, that's obviously why we're here.
That's why we love it. And it's a lot of fun. It literally is life you can learn in sports. Joy, sadness, roller coasters of moments, slumps. I will say, Luke and Barrett, there was a couple of times a play was made, and hey, you got this, being a good teammate, not being a good teammate, learning how to do those things. Y'all did a really good job of that, Cubs, for the record, being good teammates and saying those things. Sports teaches you everything.
Yeah, there's no place like sports. They say home, I'd fill it in with sports.
And when we come back, we'll do Misty's bag, and we know what that is. Good job.
Good job, boys.
Good job. Okay, let's get a pick. All right.
I like Leland. Yeah, the ball comes toward me.
That was great.
I don't really get many.
Yeah. Okay, boys, y'all come over here.
Here, y'all want to cup?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Luke and Barrett, y'all hold one together. And we're gonna cup the other.
Your turn. Do the hodgepodge. Here, hold it like that, and then we're gonna go like that. Okay.
See the logos. All right.
Luke, step forward a little bit. Come forward. Barrett, come forward.
Oh, sorry.
I'll shoot this way.
All right.
Ready? Oh, here. Ready?
Practice being celebrities.
1, 2, 3. Give me just a second. I'll do one here. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take one more.
Then take one with just them.
Boys, good to see you all.
Good job.
Hey.
Did,
And Josh,
did
I
a
can
lodge.
you with it. Here, y'all get it.
Yeah, what is it?
So cheers, guys. Okay,
What?
let this
Okay,
ready?
ready?
Okay, 1,
Five.
2, 3. Smile, Luke. Give me a big smile. There you go.
Name
There
that
we
group.
go.
That's right. Hold
All
that.
right, ready? 1,
Okay.
1, 2, 3. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Did you
Thanks for coming, Luke.
take any pictures while they were
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it? If you'll send those to her.
Yep. I'll get it posted after 9 o'clock.
Oh, you got it
Before
on.
we get the show
You got
done.
it here?
You're hot? Did you say you're hot?
Oh, I like it back in here.
Yeah, watch out.
Yeah, I know.
Don't watch out, cords.
You
You slide up here.
All right.
All right, look, I'm coming towards you.
Okay, we're going back with headphones.
Hey, good to see you all.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Leanne, thank you.
See y'all. Yep. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Oh.
Y'all have fun. All right.
See you later, Josh.
Bye. Bert.
What's Cleveland's last name?
Bulls. So he said that is very true. Like, play shortstop behind Luke, you don't get very many balls. Like,
Yum, yum. Gosh.
It's funny to me that it was 107 yesterday when I left to go to that baseball game, and when I went to bed, it was like 28 degrees cooler.
Yeah, like it's insane.
Like that storm kind of started blowing
Yeah.
through, and it still felt hot outside,
Right.
but it was like 80, 79,
Right, yeah.
Just, well, y'all did a good job of just surprising me with everything.
It's been fun leading up to the Father's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm. Because when I heard the door open, I turned around and then I was like, did I miss that on the road?
That would have been really funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Those boys are like, it's gonna be really fun to watch, like, kind of Jack and that age
Mhm.
group
Mhm.
as they grow up.
Yeah,
It's gonna be super fun.
it
I
will
know, I
be.
can't believe Collins and Molly, I'm like, this, one more
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
freshman, like,
This is the thing, it's like, I guess when you're around people a lot, to see them, because I've been coaching all his summer routine. It's just, but we were there at the realize finish the story.
I wish we had one of those mics like the singers do that talked into here that only went to us.
Yeah.
yeah. It's the best part of your week, right? You just never know what's coming. It is time for My Bag, sponsored by Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill, and Golf, located at 1166 Ben Ritchie Drive. And so I want to throw out today, of course, as we talked about earlier, the World Cup, the USA game starts this afternoon. And at Mulligan's, during the USA only game, they have some specials going on. So they're going to be doing $3 Coors Light pints, $2 for Trulies, and then $3 Ultra pints. Again, that is only during the USA game today for the, I think I said 2 o'clock game against Australia. So their weekly lineup of, again, don't forget on Sundays you can buy a bucket of beer and get a free small bucket of balls. Monday night is Jindo, Tuesday karaoke, and then Wednesday BOGO Wings, where you can get the wings and your bucket of beer and a free small bucket of balls. So
There you go.
alrighty. The question of the week is, which invention has caused you the most happiness?
Which invention?
It's funny you said this or saying this because I was thinking the other day something that wasn't. There was a dispenser that was out, paper towels in place,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought the good thing about the paper towel is they're going to replace that. Like they're going to replenish the paper towel in that spot eventually.
Might
So-
not help you at the moment.
Wouldn't help you at the moment, but if I was the inventor of the paper towel, you're always, because I tell people all the time, you can go to school, doctors and lawyers and such, open yourself an orange cone factory. That's what you should do. I say that because if you have an orange cone business, you're going to be loaded because
There's a bunch of them.
there's a bunch of them.
Very true, but has it brought you the most happiness?
No, but it was funny because I thought if I invented toilet paper or paper towels, I'd be loaded.
Yeah, true.
So that would bring you happiness, just to make a lot of money.
All the
Yes,
money.
yeah. Because it'd be random, like you wouldn't know that I was, help. I mean, you see those bears dancing in that commercial, they're pretty happy. So,
What's funny is I think there's a lot of, like a lot of possible answers to this, because there's things that, if air conditioning, wasn't invented, well, my life would be very different. But I wouldn't be cold right now.
No,
Very true.
you would be the inventor of the heater.
I gotta know on toilet paper, what's the go-to brand? Like what's the toilet
Well,
paper
I don't want
brand
to
in
give
your
them
house?
that. I don't want to give them free pub. I don't really have a go-to brand.
Oh.
I will have the brand that does not look like,
Yes, it has to be.
Yeah, no one ply
Oh,
is going
oh,
on in
no.
my house.
No,
No,
that would not make you happy.
No, we're in Angel Soft house, the Colliers. I
Well-
think that seems to be, I don't know why, like, I think we just have always bought that.
well,
Or the Sam's brand.
the Sam's brand is typically what I get,
Members
because
Mark?
I get a large size, whatever, yes, like, and,
You get a pallet of.
it's whatever, I don't know, it's a lot, finding a place to store it is always the hard part, but it's whatever I can get the cheapest. So,
But your question, Misty, on the invention that has made me the most happiest, that somebody created, I would probably say this may sound crazy, not because we're lazy, but because we like options. The remote control is
that's a
pretty,
good one.
That is a good one.
because there was a time where, and you think about it, we didn't have a whole lot of channels to surf through back in the day. But now that we do, it makes it a lot, not easier, but I mean, we surf a lot more today.
Yeah, we're lazier.
I would say we actually surf less today because
I was
it's
gonna say,
harder
I
to
find it
do with
different.
streaming.
Here's one of those things that I was going to say. There's a lot more. Air conditioning is my answer to the thing that's like been invented that I think has made my life the most happy, because I don't like trying to sleep when it's hot. So that's the one thing. The one big detractor of going camping. You always wake up and it's hot.
Yes.
But I will say there's several things that conveniences of modern times that on one hand is indispensable, and you would generally say has improved your quality of life. But on the other hand, they absolutely suck. And streaming TV is high on that list, and the iPhone is very high on that list.
Interesting. On the streaming side, I appreciate the old school last channel.
Yes, it's hard to try to watch. Now, there's two dichotomies of this. You can put split screen and have 4 games on the TV at once and just like hit the arrow and move to which one you want to listen to. That's awesome. But my old school Saturday watching some college football, I want to go from this game to this game, maybe go back to this game. When I was, back in the olden days on cable, I could go to 26 and go to ESPN, and I could go to 33 and go to Fox Sports, and I could go to, 4 and get ABC, right. And then I could go to 9, and then, so it was just, I could very quickly determine where the games were that I wanted to watch and get back to them. I cannot do that on
streaming.
will
say on my streaming platform, I can go to recent and get their relatively
scroll
quick.
across the bottom. That is.
It's the
but
queasiest.
not as fast as
No.
back in the day.
And you cannot.
talk
The
about-
other thing is, you wish you could flip it, like if you were going from streaming to like Netflix, that you could hit a back and
Go well, exactly. That's
But
what I'm
you
talking
can't.
about.
You gotta-
If you have
you
something
got
that's
to
on
exit
two
out of
different-
one, go to the other.
If it's on 2 different apps, it's like at least 30 seconds to.
I will say,
make
not
that
saying
change.
most happy, but cruise control is nice.
Yeah.
But I would say outside, I'm gonna let you have AC because obviously it's beneficial. But you could open a window, you could plug in a fan. It wouldn't be as cold as AC. But I would think the remote control is pretty big. Remote control is pretty big.
But and also on my anti-streaming rant, not having just the cable with the channel up, channel down button has completely taken the surfing out of my repertoire.
Same.
I never just, back in the day when there wasn't really anything on that you particularly wanted to watch, you'd sit down and flip, with, oh, this is interesting. I'll watch, I don't know, whatever it might be, like Modern Marvels on History Channel where it showed how they're making a plastic cup. Like there's no way I'm sitting down and watching that now. But if I was just flipping through the channels, I was like, that's interesting. Like, so that has gone away. I have to like purposely decide to watch something and watch it.
Right. No, I get it. So I'm gonna go
All right,
remote control.
sorry.
What's yours?
Pockets.
Like on your pants?
Yeah, like a pocket and in your clothing.
If you didn't have a place to put your car keys, that would be
Like, I love pockets. Do you not love a pocket? Like what? Like, is this a weird answer?
No, it's not. It's just
Right.
so simple, but it's so true.
Like,
I don't know where the
It
pocket
brings
was
me
invented.
so
So
much joy.
So
And
how many cargo pants do you have?
what's funny is I think I only have one, but I guess when I think about pockets more, it's like in a dress because I wear a lot of dresses to work. And I don't know, there's just something fun like sticking your hands in there and a little twirl around. I don't know, it just makes me happy.
I do think this is an interesting question because I went from remote. You went from AC, which makes sense.
And I went to pockets,
You
it
went-
also makes
It
sense.
does make sense.
Because I will say, there's nothing more frustrating, whether it's a backpack, a golf bag, a pair of pants or shorts, where the pocket does not come into play.
Like, I'm not going Rocky Mountains because, there's no pocket on the backside. I need pockets in my life.
Yeah.
I like a good pocket.
Well, and
Pockets.
like that does make me think of, you get like a sport coat, a suit coat, and all the pockets are sewn shut until you decide to,
And you don't know till you're away from,
Yeah.
say,
and it's like, I
Pocket
want
knife
to
or
put
whatever.
something in my pocket and wait, the pocket sewn shut.
And imagine how happy you would be to just
The pocket
open that
just works.
and then bam, you can put your phone in that pocket.
I don't know why the pocket is sewn shut in the first place.
Like, whoever invented the pocket, thank you. You have brought me so much joy and happiness
I'm
in
sure
my
that
life.
was.
I think you should Google that in
in the,
our
in the BCs somewhere. Oh.
And we thank you.
well, we appreciate your pockets. We appreciate your air conditioner, which works here. And we appreciate remote so that we can change the channels when we need to. Again, we want to give a shout out to the Hodgepack Cubs, our Hodgepack Sport Clip Youth Players of the Week, Luke and Barrett Greer and Leland Bowl. So congratulations to them. They'll get a free haircut from our friends at Sport Clips when we come back. The Abilene Flying Bison are out of town, but I believe on top of the division. We'll be back right after this. Yeah, I was like, what's not working? It was, I did.
I know, I was like, Misty's
All right,
not
so
on the air.
let's
I
get
know, I
back.
just tried to keep going as best as I could.
All right, so
I think it was fine, but yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
use
like,
the
can't have that
restroom.
happen.
I'm going to use the restroom. Let's get him in. Shorter segment and get ready for noise.
Okay.
Not shorter, but you know. I'm going to go ahead and text. No,
Is it
There's
John?
loud- yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There's loud thunder a while ago, but there's like,
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all do John.
you do you.
Hello, John.
Good morning.
Is it raining outside?
It was in Clyde.
Okay.
It kind of stopped whenever I got into town.
I
So
heard some thunder earlier, but
I was gonna play golf today, but I don't think I'm going to now.
I looked at the radar. It looks like it's like all over the place.
So it is raining or not raining?
It's not. It was raining very hard whenever I left the house, and it is kind of stopped here. Like the parking lot's wet, but it's not coming down currently.
Stand out here. Let's see what's going on out here.
All right. See if that works. All right, let's go to y'all stuff. Oh, man. All right, how'd last night go?
Lost 6-5. 10-hour bus ride into a hurricane.
So is Victoria supposed to be pretty good, I guess?
Victoria's pretty good. They play the game. They play the game right. We split with them at home.
All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Hot Track. We're glad that you're with us this morning. Sports life and everything in between. We've got pockets invented. We've got everything. We've got some other thoughts. Electricity, automobile, coffee pot, as far as people are fans. The game of baseball, and for the next 30 minutes or so, we'll be talking baseball. We've got our Abilene Flying Bison report with John Stark. And don't forget, at the bottom of the hour, Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan will be joining us on our Pest Patrol phone line. John, a little road weary at home and back and forth. The Wednesday game, and then have to leave to go Thursday. That's another game changer.
Well, it's first off, let me say what an honor it is to be the lead-in to Big Tech. So that's pretty fun. But yeah, we had to get on the bus yesterday morning at 5:00 and drive through the heart of a hurricane. Well, I guess technically tropical depression. But from here to Baton Rouge, and we got in about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. So, it's that's not the funnest thing. Anybody that has grown up in West Texas that has played sports has gotten used to a bus ride, but that one was a little special.
Well, and again, we've talked about the league, we've talked about moving over to ACU, but there are some different folks. You got Victoria, you got Acadian. Where is that at?
Lafayette.
Okay, and then of course Baton Rouge, and so you've got a lot of Louisiana folks in the league. So you've added this group, and again had some playing at home. Got another couple of road games this weekend. But where do you feel like the season is not 162 games, so it's not like you've got a ton of time to gel quickly or take time to gel. You've got to gel pretty quickly. How would you feel the 2026 Flying Bison are gelling and getting rolling in this season?
The thing that I love about this ball club is that there's not any quit in them. Even when we had our 6-game win streak at home, every one of those wins was a comeback win. Even last night, after that 10-hour bus ride and after all that, going into the 8th inning, we're down 5-2. Got a couple of guys on, get a big hit. All of a sudden, it's 5-4. Go to the 9th, we are able to scratch off another run to tie it, and then unfortunately, we give up a couple of hits and end up losing 6-5, in a walk-off. But to quote Ron Washington, that's just kind of how baseball go. But this team doesn't quit, and that's what I'm most proud about. I've said it to you. I've said it to other people. I like my hand. I really do. We've got an exceptional pitching staff. The hitters are kind of starting to figure it out a little bit. And the gelling process, and this is going to be what my notes from the president is about in our Bison Bulletin newsletter that comes out next week. So here's a little preview is about what college summer league baseball looks like from a recruiting standpoint and from a gameplay standpoint, because you're right, it's not 162 games. It's not what you would think about at the true college level, where where you're going to have the same 35 guys go through the entirety of the season. We're going to get people in and out, and that makes it hard, but it also makes it's a challenge that if you figure out the right formula, that you can win at.
So you made the long road trip. Obviously, that's weather conditions and everything else make that rough. So now it's recovery time from that, and ready to keep on going. What's the general mood like with the team, with the staff overall, as far as how to make that recovery and keep on trucking?
Well, that's an interesting thing, because on top of all that, we're also staying at the Bally's Casino in Baton Rouge. So
Okay.
so there are some other
Obstacles?
to that.
Other hands to be played?
because we are still talking about 21-year-old kids. But I think that I think that the thing about our kids is that we have really high level athletes that understand their body and understand that we didn't get a lot of we got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to load the bus and then get on the road. And buses aren't easy to sleep on whenever you got 36 people on them. So it's getting in, getting food into your body, getting rest. The good thing is, they'll stay they'll play tonight. They'll stay in Baton Rouge tonight, and then Saturday we're playing in Brazos Valley. So it cuts that next bus trip in half. So that allows them to get their legs underneath them a little bit more.
How crucial is the Mondays being off?
I think that is the most crucial thing that we do, because especially with the 2 game schedules or the 2 game series that we play, it's a lot. I personally believe that baseball is meant to be played as a 3 game series, but I'm also the new kid on the block, so I don't get to stand on my soapbox too much. But the Mondays off is what allows everybody to get their feet back under them, especially this week, because we're right back with the Baton Rouge Rougarou on Tuesday for 4 game homestand. So we get to eat some home cooking for a while. But we get to get back. We get to get into our apartments. We get to rest on Monday, and then rejuvenate and get ready to go.
And again, on the road for the next couple of days, back at home at Crutcher Scott Field at Bullock Brothers Stadium, a ballpark. Baton Rouge will come. What's a Rougarou?
From what I understand, it's a Cajun wolf-like creature that steals kids in the night.
Okay.
Okay, wow. Well, but you're in luck if you come to Crutcher Scott. You'll have Bomber to protect you.
That's exactly
You'll
right.
have Bomber to protect you, so your kids will not. Well, there you go. Has there been a thought of a pitch clock yet in y'all's league?
I tell you what, I've been the biggest advocate for it, because it's we're playing by the NCAA rulebook, and it's in the NCAA rulebook. There are a couple of ballparks that don't have visual pitch clocks, and my answer to that is, well, buy the umpire belt worn ones, because they make them. But there's some obstacles in the league. There are 8 equal parts. And every change to the rules has to be voted on, and you have to build a consensus. And some of these guys, well, we don't have a ballpark with pitch clocks in it. Well, I don't care. There are ways around that. I would be a huge advocate and have been a huge advocate for having a pitch clock in this league.
Yeah, that is one of the things just in baseball in general that when it first kind of came about, there was a lot of consternation, a lot of like, and I was one of those people that was like, I don't know about this, but then post pitch clock, I'm like, yes, like it makes the game go,
and not so much faster. I think it goes smoother.
Yeah, yes, it's not necessarily the overall time of the game. It's just the pace of watching the game has become more enjoyable. So that is something that I would like to see in the TCL.
And so hopefully you could see that maybe next year. But the biggest deal, as John mentioned, new kids on the block in the TCL. Again, get your tickets. I went a couple nights ago. Great atmosphere. The nice shade blocked the sun. Didn't feel a whole lot of it. It was great. And so check them out again. Tuesday, you got 4 chances next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to catch the Abilene Flying Bison. Don't forget July 4th weekend will be great. The Riley Hood bobblehead night. And so a lot of things coming. So be sure, get your tickets. Very inexpensive for general admission or reserve seats. Great opportunity. And so that's a good thing that you got 4 in a row next week with the same team. That probably helps.
It does it a lot, and it allows us to set our pitching staff. We are, like we were talking about, we're constantly in transition because of people getting shut down, people signing with new schools, and then that school shuts them down. So but to be home 4 games against the same opponent. And we get to just line it up and go play. That makes things a whole lot better.
Well, there you go. That's our Abilene Flying Bison report. Again, sitting at 7-5, just a couple back from the Victoria. What are they called? Generals.
The state in that was great.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully the Generals will eventually not be in first place, replaced by the Flying Bison. John, appreciate you coming in, and as always, we appreciate our Abilene Flying Bison report. Again, get those tickets, catch a game, and you will enjoy. Appreciate it, John.
Thanks, Troy.
When we come back, we will have Nolan Ryan on the Pest Patrol phone line right after this. I'm going to use the restroom before I call Nolan.
I was like, I couldn't remember 2 hours 13. Okay, that's what I thought, but I texted it to Leanne, but I hadn't heard back.
So you got
we're good.
league leader in home runs currently.
Trey Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Dropping tanks.
the ball that didn't know anything about him, comes in at home, and that ballpark is just Death Valley, but it does carry down those lines, and he hits a ball that nearly goes to Judge Ely, down the third baseline, and I'm like, holy cow! And then hits a ball. We get to Sherman, and he hits a ball that I swear I don't think it's landed yet. And then finally hits one in Navasota. And I don't care that I'm still live on Facebook or YouTube. It's Brazos Valley that has thrown the biggest fit about having a pitch clock. And I'm so freaking tired of hearing him say, well, it's business over baseball. Well, then you should get out of the baseball business if that's what you're going, because the baseball is.
Well, if you don't have good baseball, you don't have good business.
Exactly.
Somebody wants to watch it and stay there forever.
Yeah. So,
But where's Trey Smith from?
Gwinnett College.
Okay.
So
I don't even know where that is. But
just outside of Atlanta.
okay. So
All right, guys. Run my. I'll resend you my American Express card. Run it on Monday for June, and then we will go from there.
Yay, all right.
This is, as
Thank-
always,
very good to see
All
you.
right, you too, John.
Josh.
Have a good day.
I'm going back to bed.
Bye.
It is like extra cold in here.
Yeah.
Ryan Holmes, Radio Show Avenue. Hello? Hey, Mr. Ryan, this is Ryan Holmes. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Well, we've got a couple commercials and we'll come back and give it a whirl. How's the day going this morning? Sounds good. We've got Misty and Josh joining us. They're our co-hosts, and so we'll get it rolling.
Good morning.
Welcome back to the Hodgepack Sports Life and everything in between. We're excited to have joining us on our Pest Patrol phone line a Texas legend, baseball legend, business legend, rancher legend. Joining us on our Pest Patrol phone line, the Strikeout King, Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan. Nolan, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Well, Nolan, just curious, we're not playing baseball anymore. What's the typical day in the life of Nolan Ryan? So I guess the ranch, is that the happy place? I don't blame you there. Well, hey, so we appreciate you joining us again. Of course, Dr. Gary Michaela making the connection, and the book has come out, Nolan, the singular life of an American original and icon. What does that make you feel like when you hear that you're an original or Nolan Ryan as an icon?
Nolan Ryan, this is Josh. It's quite the pleasure to talk to you because I grew up obviously a huge baseball fan and a huge Nolan Ryan fan, and every time I tried to go to a Rangers game as a kid, it was like I was praying to God that the schedule would line up so I could see Nolan Ryan pitch. And I know a lot of people felt the same way. You're obviously very, very humble about it, but what does that make you feel like that you were a part of my upbringing and so many other people? What does that make you think?
So Nolan, you have been playing baseball for a long time, many years. When did you start playing baseball? What age? And at what point did you know I'm really, really pretty good at this thing?
So playing baseball, and of course, we know you as the baseball king, and especially not in Texas, just overall, and the book's been out. So what is the moment that you get asked about most? Is it the 5,000 strikeout? Is it the no-hitters? What's the moment that people, when it comes to baseball, want to talk to you about the most? Right. Well, of course, the bloody lip picture and the tip of the hat after the big moments, where there's the no hitter, the 5,000 strikeout. There's a ton out there, and I think back. Of course, we joke, and that's probably one of those that the Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura moment. But of the no hitters, which one was the hardest that you remember to finish off of the 7?
Nolan, I saw the other day, I was watching a game on TV, and a graphic came up about a game that you pitched for the Angels in the 70s, that it said you threw like 226 pitches. And, nowadays, if, people get to 100, they're the bullpen is calling. So, like, how is it that you can throw 200 and something pitches and then recover and be ready to go 4 days later?
When the no hitter was happening, were you the guy that said, "Don't talk to me, avoid the pitcher during this no hitter"? possibility? What was your mindset there?
Nolan, is there a myth that has kind of been floating around about you that you would like to set straight? I didn't know if there was anything or, misconception about the Nolan Ryan. Well, that's okay.
Well, Nolan, and coming off of that question, I know that you're obviously always a big draw, big star, and you still have the ticket putting out fake Nolan segments. Have you ever listened to the fake Nolan Ryan? It's pretty entertaining. I guess that stemmed off from the snow monkey incident or whatever that was, and
Well, they do talk about snow monkeys. It's definitely interesting. Maybe that's one of the myths that we need to squash of snow monkeys. But so, just curious, Nolan, what would you say you have taken from your baseball world into your business and ranching world? You're definitely still working. You mentioned going into the office. So, what would you say you've translated from the baseball world, things on the mound, into what you're doing today? Well, again, every day you win some, you lose some, and everything. So it makes sense on how the mindset going into is huge. Can you pinpoint a moment in your baseball career that defines, hey, this is one that you cherish, or is that even possible with all the things that you accomplish?
So Nolan, when people talk about you 50 years from now, what do you hope they remember and say about you?
Right. Nolan, being the all-time strikeout leader in Major League Baseball, you've got more than you can remember, I'm sure. But was there any one batter that when you struck him out, it made you feel like that was an accomplishment?
Well, and Nolan, we'll end with this. My understanding, you've got, since we appreciate the advice and the things that you've given us, for three of us that have been married a little bit, my understanding is you've got an anniversary coming. Any advice on how to continue a long marriage, to have a career as long as kind of like your baseball career and marriage? Any advice for us as you guys celebrate another year? Well, I'm on 18 as of last week, so getting to 59 will be great. Appreciate it, Nolan, and we look forward to maybe having you again. Enjoy your anniversary and time at the range. All right, that is Nolan Ryan again joining us on our Pest Control phone line. We'll come back and talk about it right after this. Nolan, we appreciate it. Nolan, thank you so much.
Yeah, I think you did. That was awesome. I know, some people were texting, we can't hear it, and I was like, on Facebook, I'm like, you'll have
I
to
didn't want to
listen.
mess with it.
Yeah, I was like, you'll have to hear it through the pod.
Well, I put the link on.
Okay, yeah, I was just like, you'll have to wait to the pod, so we may need to, I don't know. You can hear us, that's why you weren't hearing it. I don't know if y'all can hear us, but we'll get it uploaded on the pod.
I thought it went good.
It went really good. He's amazing. I mean,
Started talking, it's just like.
I got a little nervous.
The bacon ride sounds so much like him.
I got a little nervous, like, talking to him. That was a great interview, though. I think we did great. Like, it flowed really well. He was cute. He's like, I don't really know how to answer that question. I was like, well, all right.
No, that's great.
That was really good. Yeah, so good. But yeah, we'll really have to promote the pod, letting them know that, we were all through the headphones. So, but yeah, that was pretty surreal. I thought about, have you seen like the Hangover TikTok or meme where it's like they're like walking down the hall like real slow? It's like walking into work after you just talked to Nolan Ryan. Like just something funny that we could post. When I left home this morning, I told Clay, I was like, all right, I'm going to go talk to Nolan today. And he was just like, it was funny. But I don't know if you want to put a comment on the Facebook, or I can basically like wait for the pod.
Sorry, what'd you say? That was awesome.
I'm putting this on the Facebook Live. I'm saying like, I said, wait for the pod guys to hear full interview. It was awesome. He was through our headphones, so that's why you couldn't hear him if you were on Facebook.
All right, so
Yeah, a slight investment in learning how to run sound,
Yes.
because that's not revolutionary.
No, I just
Like,
think we need like a newer system maybe or something. I think it's,
well, if there's a mic input on the computer,
yeah.
all you need to do is, instead of a headphone, plug the audio in, just bloop, bloop.
I guess
You could do that, just into the computer audio,
Oh,
But-
yeah, true.
just to plug. And
so.
the sound
Really, all we would need
is just something like that. Yeah,
a jack into there.
into the computer.
Let's try that.
We
All right.
mess with it, but
Yeah.
because then you go, instead of microphone on the settings, you'd go to input jack, and because that's like,
All I was a little jittery on that. Like, he's a
I know,
freaking legend.
I thought I was gonna have to like keep that ship going for a second, because y'all are both like hyperventilators.
That was awesome. Well, and then I
Oh,
had people texting me, and I was trying not to get distracted. And then I was like, "But what if something's on fire in Radio Land? Like, you know, you kind of
Nope,
need
just can't hear on Facebook.
Right, but it was just Facebook, so I was like, hold on. But yeah, but no, that was really good. But Justin was like, he can't hide his excitement, haha.
Who?
Justin Noble.
All right.
No, but that was good. It was like,
It flowed really well.
in the questions, like, I figured he would say he never listened to the fake Nolan, but
But it was funny, but he knew who it was.
yeah.
All right. Recap that, and then we'll end it with Swordsby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Then I'm gonna go find Sonic.
yeah, same. Yeah. Maybe another shout out to Dr. McHale. That was awesome. And Robin or whoever. You want to pull that door for George?
George?
Josh.
I've been called funny things before.
Welcome back to the Hodgepodge Sports Live and everything in between. We're laughing, we're excited, we're all the things as we just got done interviewing Nolan Ryan.
That was epic. Like, man, that was awesome.
Well, and you go back and I actually just texted Laura Rutledge because I'd asked her for some advice, like how do you know, we've got Nolan coming on, and I was like, I'm still kind of shaking, like
Starstruck a little bit.
yeah, a little bit,
Yeah, I know. I mean,
and
it's iconic.
and we've had some, and we talked about this yesterday. I've been fortunate enough because sometimes if they were book people, I had to do the pre-recording, so it was just me talking to them, Dabo, Bubba, Laura, whatever. And so we got to talk to some, and we talked about it. This Josh at Kirk Herbstreit is probably up there because people watch him every Saturday. Dabo's won 2 national titles, all that. It was like, this is for our area, and obviously our area of the state.
Oh, this
Nolan
is
Ryan's the guy.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Yeah, if you would have told my 12-year-old self that I was gonna talk to Nolan Ryan on the radio, that I don't think I would have believed me.
Yeah.
Right. And so they do this on Unsportsmanlike. They interview Adam Schefter every week. And after Adam gets done, they do a draft. So what topic would you think that intrigued you most of what Adam Schefter said? What thing did Nolan say that intrigued you? That if we were doing the Nolan Ryan draft of what you would pick, what would be yours?
Well, I thought it was I had 2 things that I took away from it. One is, he said he'd tag along with his brother, just hoping to get to play in right field. You know, that
Right.
just that cracked me up a little bit. And the other, when I asked him about the who were you proud to strike out or whatever, and I had in my mind 2 of the people he said were people that I thought he might say. It was George Brett and Tony Gwynn. And so that was just interesting to hear the topic of conversation.
What was yours?
Yeah, I mean, he's just so humble. I'm like, you were an icon, and he was just like, acted like it was no big deal.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, and then it was kind of interesting that, he's like, well, everybody remembers me for the Robin Ventura thing, but, there's more to me. He didn't say
But he almost said it was like, it's not the greatest thing to be remembered by.
Right.
Yeah.
That
And I was
kind
like,
of the
at
key
what
takeaway.
point? I wanted to ask, at what part of it that you're known for beating up a young kid, or what part that he wasn't a fan of it?
I mean, I don't know. My interpretation of his answer was like, there's so much more like my baseball, not that one spot on the mound is kind of.
Well,
my
and-
No, but
interpretation of
I don't
that.
think anybody would necessarily want to.
Be known for the brawl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And in his defense, it's more
he
of a
didn't
memory.
He didn't start it, but at the
Right.
same
But he
time,
finished it.
But when you think about it, I think most people look at it as a Mount Rushmore of Nolan.
Well, we talked about this. a few
Because I
weeks
think
back.
your strikeouts, your no hitters are not ever going to be touched. your 200 pitches in a game are never going to be touched. Somebody else is going to get in a fight. You know, somebody might even have a bloody lip and keep pitching. Actually, probably the bloody lip would be taken out and move on. But he like kept throwing it and all the things. So I think those are the things that I took away: the humbleness, the fact that I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised, but a little bit that somebody hadn't said like Reed or somebody said, "Hey, Dad, you need to listen to this," on the fake Nolan.
Well,
I will send it to you from a couple weeks ago,
Yeah, I'll have to listen to it.
and I want you to know if you feel like it.
they
Guy's
sound,
pretty good.
They sound quite similar.
They did.
That's what's funny about it. But you know, I assumed he would say no, that he hadn't listened to it. It would be awkward, I think.
Do you think Jerry has listened to fake Jerry?
Probably so.
Yeah, I think Jerry, different personality.
Well, see, I would.
Not the same piece of pie.
Exactly.
But you know, you also have to have a certain humility to even be able to listen to that, because they're roasting you. You know,
Right.
I mean, like they're in a well, at least on Nolan's side, in a good spirited way. You know, like
They
making
handle
fun of
him better
situations.
than they make fun of Jerry or
yeah.
Jason Kidd or you
Uh-huh.
fill in the blank or Mike McCarthy when they do it. They don't necessarily do that to Nolan.
No, they overplay the Nolan stereotypes.
Right.
You know, like eating wild game, and you know, like.
The other thing that stood out to me, of course, is, I mean, he's about to celebrate his 59th wedding anniversary. And I think, I think of Leighton and Dash, and, you know, just what I know about their marriage, and that it's hard. I mean, they're not seeing each other just a ton in baseball.
Right.
There's a lot of games played. And I just think about that, how their marriage, and, you know, all marriages have ups and downs, but how hard that must have been, especially in those years.
And I think the other thing is yes, Nolan became the first $1 million pitcher player.
Mm-hmm.
The money that they were making during that stretch of his career wasn't what they're making now. I mean, you can make $100 million a year, $30 million a year, or whatever, and that may help some. Again, money is not solve everything, but you talk about the ups and downs that might have been happening as in that career of a busy schedule, because you see it from athletes to musicians, actors, that it doesn't last 59 years.
No, that to me, I was just like, wow. And what he said, it's all about respect. And I mean, if you there, that's probably the biggest takeaway, that when he said that, I was like, he's absolutely right. Obviously, we're all three married, and marriage, you know, can be tough, but it does. It boils down to respecting your spouse.
Yeah, just really cool. Again, Nolan Ryan taking time. You can get the book. I think, again, talking about his humbleness, you know, the singular life of an American original.
I know, that was funny. He's like, well, that's just what they wanted to call it.
Yeah,
he doesn't even really feel that way about himself. That's
probably
just what
doesn't
they
read it.
wanna call
Do
No.
you think he reads it, Josh?
No.
Bet he doesn't read it. But yeah, you think about it, I thought how he says, I pretty much attack business and ranching like I did baseball. Work hard, do it right, and stay out there till the game is over, I guess.
And go win.
And
He's a
find
winner.
a way to win. And he's been successful. You know, whether it's the ranching side, the meat and all that stuff that he sells and all that, it's a pretty big deal. I'll end with this. Or do you have any other thoughts on Nolan? Again, don't forget, download, subscribe, rate, review. I know folks were watching and we were getting all that, so it'll be on the podcast that you can download, subscribe, and rate, review. Hey, did you think you would be on the same podcast and your sons would be on the same podcast as Nolan Ryan?
No, it's quite the day. Quite the day.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Here's my take on the Sorsby deal. Sorsby has dropped his lawsuit with the NCAA. It looks like he's going to enter the supplemental draft. July 10th is supposed to have a possible pro day out at South Lake Carroll. I think, and I'll end this, I got 4 minutes. I think this is the best thing. I think this is the best thing for both of them. For Texas Tech, now you can just say, okay, we're dealing with the guys that we got here. Brendan, hope everything goes well. He got his money. Hope everything goes well. Go get drafted. People are saying I would stay away from him if I'm an NFL team. Calvin Ridley bet, and he's still in the league. If I knew Brendan Sorsby could help me, the rehab work, everything is good, he is on the right track, I would take him in the NFL. Now, I think it's the best for both sides. Your thoughts? We got about 3 minutes.
Well, I agree. That was such a circus and a debacle that it's like there's a lot of people that have egg on their face.
Yeah, it was and just such a distraction. I'm like, I agree with you completely. Moving on for everybody. It's going to be the best thing, and let's just.
And here's the deal. I hope he finds a place in the NFL.
Yeah, same.
That he can get drafted. I don't see him playing right away, but there are places like Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be there forever, I don't think. The Cleveland Browns, they don't know what they got to have. They don't know. Is it really Shadur? Is it really Deshaun? There you go. There's 32 teams in the league. There are not 32 good teams. There are not 32 great starting quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I don't know what
Not even good.
I don't know what his NFL prospects really are. I'm not.
Well, they said if he were to come out this year and not gone to Tech, he would have been number 2 behind Mendoza. Now, not all NFL people get that right.
Right.
But that's what they had, was that Sorsby would have been behind Mendoza.
And so now it's just a matter of, the supplemental drafts playing chicken.
Right.
Like, it's like round 1. Does anyone want to pick this guy round 1? And if you pick him round 1, you give up your round 1 pick next year.
Which probably didn't happen.
So I would say no. So then they'll say, however that goes, it's round 2. Anyone want to do it? And so I guess anyone who is interested in picking him up, it's a matter of how far am I willing to let him fall before I make that pick. And it'll get to a point at some point, whether it's 3, 4, like if no one has really decided like we're all in, we're going to go, round 1, round 2, that someone would pick him up just because like, well, I think that's a 4th round pick.
It doesn't hurt us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. We fit in the Sorsby with plenty of Nolan Ryan. Don't forget to download, subscribe, rate, review. Happy Father's Day to all those, especially to my dad. Happy Father's Day, Dad. To Josh, to Clay, the fathers of the Hodgepack, Greg, all those. Have a great weekend. More Hodgepack next week. Download. We'll see you next week. More Hodgepack Sports Live and everything.